Our program is finding what program works to help you best get the medications you may need, how to use each assistance program, an actual case study scenario, the case study outcomes, some scams to resist in our prescription assistance, resources that might be available to you, and then any questions or feedback that you might want to provide. My name is Shirley Rector. I'm the former Program Director Manager for the Area Agency on Aging for Texoma's Medication Administration Program. I'll be presenting on available programs regarding accessibility, information and instructions for prescription accessibility, information, instructions, and assistance available to citizens for direct and assisted processes. Please introduce yourselves now and describe a little bit about what you do and how you obtain your medications today. And what do you wish to learn from this program?
Okay, I'm Pamela Stevenson. I am an senior IT director for a company called HealthSmart, and we do have an RX program very similar to what you are going through today. So we have discount cards and RX programs. The way I get prescriptions today, a lot by mail, also through my local CVS or CVS pharmacy primarily.
That's wonderful. There are two actual good programs that give discount cards out there, and GoodRx is one of those. The prescription medication assistance consists of programs to help low-income groups to reduce the high cost of prescription medications through all the various resources. These sources include Medicare, pharmaceutical companies, foundations, and other available programs such as free assistance, the discount cards. And we will discuss how to determine which program may work best for you, go through steps of each program, what to watch out for with scams, and then review the available resources. The program works in finding your right assistance in that each company and each program varies. However, every program follows the basic three-step procedure to determine qualifications to meet their own programs. First, you must identify your medication, whether it's the name brand or generic, your dosage, and then what company makes it. Then apply directly to their program for the needed drug, discount, or assistance they have available. Your doctor has to write a prescription for it and help you in that submission. It has to be a prescribed needed medication. Medicare offers the free service to everyone to give you the information on what drugs are available. The doctor has to give the prescription. Then you have to submit your own paperwork required to qualify for each program. Some are based on income and some are not. Free assistance is usually under an organization such as the Kidney Foundation, the AAFA, or organization. There are some that charge administrative fees to assist you in submitting your own applications. Some of these are legitimate, some are a little bit worrisome, and you do need to check those out before you use any of them to make sure they are dealing with you honestly. Discount cards, pharmacy company cards, are found online at all pharmacies, offering anywhere from 75 to 80% off on some medications, but each of these will be a little different according to the company. Medicare.gov is your best access to the most widely variegated medications available. It's free use to anyone on the internet. So if you have need of assistance with medications, go to Medicare.gov, go to the prescription assistance programs, and there you'll find a listing of almost every medication that is available. You go to that medication that you're taking, find the dosage, find the company, and then you go directly to that company and make application for their program and follow their direction to get the assistance. Consider using mail order pharmacies as well if you can't find your medication otherwise. They do give a little lower cost than a normal retail drugstore. Use the Medicare Plan Finder to compare Medicare drug plans and find the plan with lower prescription costs. Find out if your state offers help paying your drug cost. And find out if the company that makes your drug offers help in paying for it. Free assistance varies by drug. It's not all the same. Although all American pharmacies are required to have a program that reduces costs to lower income citizens, none of these are regulated as to how they are operated. So each company has their own regulations. Follow the 3 main steps. Identify your medication, identify the company, contact the company directly, and follow their directions to give them the information they need to help you. Medications case study that I actually dealt with had a Delzacol made by Allergan. The medication cost $385 a month, and this is a medication that is normally used on a lifetime supply. So through a chronic illness, using this medication, you can actually get it free through using their program if you qualify. Different companies providing fee for services may or may not be honest, so you do need to check into those quite diligently. I did deal with one company that was applying for a medication that was a specific use medication, specific quantity, specific dosage. When it came back for final approval with a $60 charge for them assisting, it was listing a different medication and had put in information that was incorrect on my income. So we did not follow through with that company. Follow the 3 steps once you qualify with a legitimate company. Do not go beyond those that are recommended highly to you, and be very cautious of those that offer something that sounds like it may not be true. There are hundreds of discount cards out there also. The discount cards are viable, they're usable, and they can reduce other costs by up to 75%. HealthSmart.com helps the Solutions HealthSmart Rx prescription drug card, and of course the card that you see advertised on TV all the time, GoodRx, has saved people a lot of money, so they are worth checking into. The Delzacol case study that we used was made by Allergan, which is now owned by AbbVie, and the medication cost $385 a month for a chronic lifetime illness. That cost became zero at a savings of $4,620 per year for one medication for one client.
Tough in Trenton, but you know, there was a paper headline the other day here: a gap grows into a chasm in a political divide on the budget in trend. Is that really where it's at right now, Lou?
I don't think so. I think a lot of this is sound bites and trying to, people are trying to still position themselves. I think New Jersey is beyond that. We need to get beyond that. We need to get beyond the partisan bickering. We had a revenue shortfall over the next 2 years of a little over $700 million by OLS standards. The Treasurer's off by
That's the Office of Legislative Services. That's the nonpartisan view of that thing. For 1 second, give everybody at home, if you can, how big this state budget is, and really what we're dealing with both the governor proposes this budget, as the saying goes, and the legislature disposes it, right? But on this case, he proposed the budget in the spring, and then he hands it to you, and you're in the process of just finishing up before you have to pass it on the last day of June.
Yes, the budget in total is about $29 billion. And you would think $29 billion is an awesome sum of money. You should be able to solve everybody's problems with $29 billion. And the state government does a lot of very good, needy things. But at the end of the day, there are areas that are still struggling, that revenues are down, that when you think that 38% of that budget goes to public education, kindergarten, 12th grade, over half goes back to municipal aid, the people that are falling through the cracks right now are groups like seniors and others. The governor has made a presentation and a proposal. He's talked about shared pain. In some cases, that's true. In other areas, we've wiped out programs that affect some of the most vulnerable in New Jersey. We, as the legislature, received that proposal, as we do every year, from every governor. And we start to have public hearings. You guys have covered those hearings, and you hear from rank-and-file senior citizens, rank-and-file residents of this state, people that are impacted by every level of government, and what the governor's proposal is. We hear those concerns, we hear those criticisms, and then we work in a bipartisan fashion. The committee's made up of Republicans and Democrats, and we try to fix problems. One of the recent areas where well publicized during the budget hearings was the involvement of the senior citizen prescription pad program, where the governor had originally proposed a copayment of $310 for seniors who make $29,000 a year and less and live in New Jersey, to pay $310 for their drugs before they could receive their drugs. We've heard from many groups, healthcare groups, advisors, senior groups, that say those seniors will ration those drugs. And if they ration those drugs, they're supposed to take 1 pill a day, they'll take it every other day, they'll get very sick, they'll end up in our hospitals. We worked in a bipartisan fashion to address that. The governor heard the concerns and came back to us with a presentation that the point had been made, and we had to scrap that idea and start over.
All right.
Anyone who asks for financial information on you before they actually give you all the information on their program may not be legitimate, so those are to watch out for in their scams. New Meds has a scam alert on those items. Resources used in addition to my own case study are the YouTube, BM, 58MO, and Medicare.gov. Those are good resources for you to follow up on. If you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you. Or if you have questions later on, feel free to give me feedback and I'll get back to you. Thank you.
So question. When we follow the 3 steps that you recommend, about how long does it take to go through that process from start to finish?
The process itself does not take long, but it takes about 1 month to get medications refilled on this program. So whenever you're opening your last 1 month supply, you need to go ahead and get the doctor to help you reorder. You can order these for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days at a time through most companies. Some are refillable throughout the entire year, some are not. So it depends on how the manufacturer's set up.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.